So this is Alan Hilliard, and we are here with Otis Thompson after the Queen City win over the Missouri Monarchs this last Saturday. And that was the score didn't tell it, but that game was a lot tougher than what the score says it was.
Mm-hmm. I definitely want to say that. So, people might look at the score and say, hey, a 74 to 32 win is a blowout, but that game was mentally and physically tough though. Like that team, Monarchs shouldn't be slept on like that. I think right now we just got the momentum and we got the drive and we just different. But I would never take nothing away from the Monarchs. Like that probably was like the toughest team I feel like I played, or I feel like as a unit we played. Cause them boys, they come to play.
Now, in a game like that, a lot of times you can choose a player of the game, but really it'd have to be the goal line defense because 5 times, you guys stopped them, and that could have made a big difference in the score.
Yeah, up front, like that's what it started with. Our defensive line, like that's probably the toughest to me. Like I remember, you got to think 7 months. The first couple months I was practicing, and we had to go against them boys, and that was that's a headache. That's a headache in practice. You know what I'm saying? So I knew, once they start playing other teams, I was like, I don't think y'all gonna ever see a D line like this. Like, once if you even remotely even get past them, you still got to deal with our linebacker and our DBs. Our DBs, they like to hit, so they'll come up and make a hit. But if you can get past that D line, that's God really must be carrying your back because that D line is crucial.
Okay, and now you have, some practice time coming ahead, and you have a rematch with the Gateway Blue Jackets and last time, it was the first game of the season, things, could have gone differently, things might have, but now, it's getting that second half of the season where it's win or, you're the top man on the totem pole now. So how are you going to prepare to, defend your totem pole?
And we just prepare like we've been preparing every week. Same way. You don't change. You don't switch it up. You just stay humble. We 8-0, so now we got a big target on our back. Like I remember when we played first couple games. Like we got a target, but I think that target is getting bigger and bigger to where now is we getting exposed nationally. So you have to maintain and stay humble and don't try to drift off into the old we better than everybody phase, like where you just don't care, you take off. Because the minute you start taking off and feeling like it stop being humble, that's when things start happening. So I think, just like Caleb said, we just taking game by game. It don't matter who we play against. You remain humble, but motivated and just prep. We prep the same. Like we don't change nothing up. Like everything we do, we just stay humble. So we work out, we do things like that. But I think our main focus is not to let these wins get to our head. And enjoying them right now. Yeah, I'm definitely. We definitely as a unit we enjoy winning 8-0. First year team, we loaded. But I think that target is starting to get real big. So we have to definitely, especially now, not to take our focus on what we chasing. And that's a ring, but so we prep The same way we've been prepping since the day one.
There's a way to stop the spread of coronavirus. There's a way to protect others. There's a way to keep your family safe. New York figured it out. The answer weighs less than an ounce. It's not a heavy lift. Be New York tough. Mask up, America.
Kind of watching that game, it looked more like a, rivalry game between two towns more than just an exhibition game, which really kind of what it was. But, the players knew each other. I'm sure you knew some of the other players. Kind of how did that change that game from, say, the Nebraska game or teams like that?
You dealing with two teams that are talented. A lot of us know each other around town. Some of us play with each other, but uh, the belly of the beast, like who's the best? You can't have two number ones. So, and at that time, like, I mean, just being honest, it is us and the Monarchs, like, or the Monarch or us, however you want to look at it. That's how it was when we was like, the beginning of the season and whatnot, before we even played them. That game was the most talked about game. And that goes back to March. We was in the CPFL, and I remember, we was like, we got to play Militia, Omar Militia, and they was the defending champs. And so, but a lot of people around town were more like in tune into like that game. So we were supposed to play them originally it was like the 21st or 22nd. It was one of them days. And I remember a lot of people just talking about like, man, that's going to be the game. That's going to be the game. That's the game that we want to see. Like you see the crowd yesterday, like that was a big crowd. So that's the game everybody was ready for. So when that kind of got stripped away from us because of the COVID, it was highly anticipated. So, we beating teams, they beating teams, they putting, 100 points on teams, and we doing the same. It was kind of like, hey, man, when them two match up, what that game will be like. And so, we finally got out there and played. They kind of we all met in a rival game, kind of a little chit-chatting going on back and forth, how they go. Them saying things, we kind of, saying little things under our breath and saying things to them back, but, it became a rival. And so, but the thing is, it became like a respectable rival. Because it wasn't just like, no, some rivals is like really hate each other. With us, it's kind of like, man, it ain't more of hate. It's more like it's football. We grown men. Let's get out here and play. We know we in the same town, but we want to see who the best in town. And so when we got out there and played, it was a game. I think a lot of people gonna look at the score and say, "How's it a game? Why would you consider that a game when y'all won 74-32?" But some people don't understand like rival games are different, and them boys like to hit. Like I wouldn't take nothing away from them. They can play.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me.
That was perfect.
But I heard every word.
Nice.
Now, I am looking back here from when I was in high school, and let me share a screen that you may remember here. I'm assuming, do you recognize this ball game right here?
Mm-hmm. That's when we played.
I was on this end of the bracket in Waynesville.
Yeah.
And he was on this end of the bracket.
Yeah. That's memories.
So,
yeah.
About 18 years ago, we were on completely opposite sidelines, literally on the other side of the field from each other, and in a football game.
Been that long? Well, high school, I graduated in 05, so yeah, it's literally been like, it's been 16, it's been 15 years. It's my 15 years. Damn, I've been in high school a long time. But yeah, but like I remember them games, playing them games, and I remember being at Ray Peck playing against Waynesville, and I remember how this is a crazy story. I ain't gonna lie to you. So we went to a camp. We went to a Missouri camp, 7-on-7 camp, and I remember precisely we had to play Waynesville, but we didn't know who they was then though. We were just playing them at 7-on-7.
They were that random orange team that just kind of stuck out.
Yeah, but I remember we played them when I remember some of the boys, Matt Fraley, Tim Houston, Jeff Wright, Orlando Slider, a few of them boys. I remember them boys. And so
think back to them went on to play Division I or Division II football.
Yeah. I went to school with Matt Fraley. We ended up going to UCM with each other, Central Missouri State. And then me and Jeff Wright ended up going to Coffeyville with each other. So I remember them. I remember we seen them at Missouri at a Mizzou camp. They talking crazy to it. I'm like, man, it's just 7-on-7. Why y'all talking so much stuff? They're like, we gonna beat y'all. So I'm like, okay, that's cool, whatever. But then, so we end up winning our district and whatnot, and they say the first round playoffs against Waynesville. I'm like, Waynesville? Ain't that? I'm like, that's the team we played at 7-on-7 like some months ago? I said, oh, they made it to the playoffs? I said, yeah. So we watched them on tape. They were like, we seen it. We were like, oh, yeah, these boys fast. So I remember Orlando Slider, like, the first play of the game, like, this man, like, took off. Like, he killed my boy Marlon. He killed him, smoked him off the line. Bow. He threw a touchdown. I said, oh, man, we're going to have a problem with this dude. And then the next play, we scored. Then they come back on the offensive possession or whatnot. They had possession of the ball. In our corner, I think he hit him low, and he broke his ankle somehow. We knocked him out of the game. And that's not saying that's not like we was targeting him or nothing like that to say it like that to laugh about it. But I just knew that if he would have played the whole game and whatnot, it would have been different. He was a problem by himself.
I don't think targeting was even a penalty back in those days.
Yeah, in 05, 06, 07, at targeting wasn't even talking about helmet to helmet contact wasn't even a big deal like that. Now you hit somebody in the head, you get fined, and even in semi-pro, if you do it, semi-pro, if you hit somebody in the head, you out of the game, and you out for that game and next game. I'm not for sure. If you get ejected from the game, I know you out for that game and next game for sure. So, but helmet to helmet contact. One of our players.
Looking at that bracket, though, you guys won 40-11 in the semifinals over Park Hill South, which was a very good team at that time.
Fast.
And you beat McClure North, which was also a very good team at that time. So
fast.
And then we won the state title by, at least three touchdowns.
And end up playing them. The crazy thing is, we end up playing them again the following year. So it went, our class played them, then the following class played them, and then I think after that, then it was Kirkwood they played.
Yep, because in the next year, it was literally almost identical bracket.
Yes.
Where you guys played Waynesville, except you played Park Hill and Park Hill instead of Park Hill South the next year.
Park Hill was actually,
But the scores were pretty much identical also.
yeah, Park Hill was good. Park Hill was real good. Park Hill always was better than Park South, but that year Park Hill South was loaded. They had a fast and big and fast.
Yeah. And you had the Kirkwood when they were still 5A.
Yeah.
They had that in 06 or the 06 season there. So
Kirkwood was good.
Now Kirkwood is a very good 6A school. So
very good. From what I hear, I haven't really heard much in the past couple of years, but from what I was hearing, like for us when they went to 6A, yeah, they had a decent 6A team. So.
And then Waynesville actually won the state title the next season after that. They were in the St. Louis bracket.
Yeah,
in 2007.
They definitely was. It was well deserved because they kept making it to the playoffs, but I think that they just kept falling short. So, but they was a heck of a ball club though. Like they was good. They was real good. They was fast, bro. Like that was probably the fastest team I ever played in my life, like high school career. Like this flat out fast. I'll never forget. I had a number 14. He was small. I don't know his name, but I'm talking about dude was a legit 4'2", 4'3".
That was also during the time when Waynesville won 8 district or conference track titles in a row in the boys' side. So that explains a lot of speed right there.
Yeah, a lot of them was playing. A lot of them did play. They went from track to football to track. So, because I ended up going to school with a dude that played ball at Waynesville. He ended up running track there.
Have questions about the coronavirus?
I'm here to share some simple steps you can take to help protect yourself and others.
Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Wash your hands often with soap and water for 20+ seconds.
Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue.
Clean and disinfect surfaces and objects. Wash hands after touching commonly used items.
Together, we can help slow the spread.